Hey you guys, how's it going?
I hope you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we going to talk about today, Gab?
Today we are going to talk about corporate cost promotions. But before we talk about that, we would like to introduce ourselves. We are the students from Starki, and my name is Gabriel Azalia. My student number is 2019-141009, and this is my friend.
Hi, my name is Maria Giovanna, and you can call me Alpha with student number of 2019 141014. All right. So, what is actually corporate cost promotion? Corporate cost promotion is where the company provide funds, in-kind contributions, or anything to increase awareness or concern about a social causes itself.
Mhm.
So, Gabby, could you please share screen our materials?
So, this moment we are going to talk about Johnson and Johnson's Indonesia corporate cost promotions. And before we talk more about their corporate cost promotions, we would like to share to you guys the typical cost promotions, or we can say it as the goal of doing this kind of CSR. The first one is building awareness and concern, which means presenting statistics and facts or sharing real stories about the social cost itself, and then persuading people to find out more by visiting a special website to know about the issue, and persuading people to donate their time, persuading people to donate their money, persuading people to donate their non-monetary resources such as second-handed goods, and persuading people to participate in events. So now we would like to share to you guys a video from Johnson and Johnson's YouTube channel. It is talking about their goals in 2030, I guess. Yes, it's in 2030. Let's just watch the video.
It's Kaya's 12th birthday. Because Kaya is healthy, she is able to go to school with her 3 best friends, learn about fractions, and play games outside. Kaya doesn't know it yet, but she will be the only one of the 4 girls to still be in school by the time she turns 13. Because in her village, and in many villages around the world, 3 in 4 girls drop out of school due to poor quality health care, poverty, or other social barriers. But Kaya's family is able to provide good health care and support her education to ensure that a bright future will follow. At Johnson & Johnson, we want Kaya, her friends, and every human being to grow up healthy and reach their full potential, no matter where they are born. Building on a long legacy of partnerships to improve the health of women, children, and families, as well as a documented commitment to sustainability practices which started decades ago, Johnson & Johnson is contributing to the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals with commitments in 5 areas around good health, gender equality, and partnerships. Our history, our credo, and our more than 130,000 employees in 60 countries uniquely position us to work with partners to create sustainable and scalable impact upon the health workforce, women's and children's health, essential surgery, global disease challenges, and environmental health. We will act upon our commitment to good health, gender equality, and building partnerships as we work toward our Sustainable Development Goals 5-year targets. For the health workforce, 650,000 health workers will have received training to better deliver quality health care. For women's and children's health, 60 million women and children will have received support and tools to enable a healthy future. For essential surgery, 50 million people will have had access to safe, essential, and timely surgical care. For global disease challenges, 175 million individuals will have benefited from J&J solutions that prevent, control, and eliminate global diseases. And for environmental health, 100 million citizens living across 30 cities will have benefited from climate and air quality actions that have the potential to positively impact public health. Across Johnson & Johnson businesses and with our partners, we are inspiring new thinking to tackle society's most pressing health challenges. We blend heart, science, and ingenuity to profoundly change the trajectory of health for humanity. Because we know, for Kaya, her friends, and for all humankind, good health changes everything.
So, have you watched the video?
Mm-hmm.
That is the video about their goals in 2030, and we can see that they're really concerned about the health issues around the world.
Yeah.
And in this video, me and Gabby would like to tell you more about one of Johnson & Johnson's Indonesia's CSR, which is Sentuhan Penuh Harapan. We can see that Sentuhan Penuh Harapan is one of Johnson & Johnson's Indonesia CSR that is held in 2017 during Ramadan. Johnson & Johnson's is in collaboration with Alfamart, that we know as one of the biggest supermarket in Indonesia and spread all around Indonesia. And also they are in collaboration with Yayasan Sayangi Tunas Cilik, Save the Children Indonesia. In this CSR, they are taking us to take a look about a social cause named neonatal infections. Neonatal infections is maybe an infections that not a lot of people know, but it is actually take hundreds of thousands of babies' lives around the world. But successfully, in this program, Johnson & Johnson have successfully helped 60,000 newborn babies and moms in Indonesia. Let's give a big applause for them. So, Gabby will tell us more about neonatal infections in the next slide.
Okay, so what is exactly neonatal infections is? It is basically an infection of the newborn acquired during the first 4 weeks of baby's life. So as you guys know, the first month of baby's life is very fragile, they are very weak, and not immune enough to any kind of infections. So that is why they can be easily infected. Neonatal infections can be contracted by mother-to-child transmission in the birth canal during childbirth, or can be contracted after birth. This kind of infections has took like thousands of babies' life, and I would say that this is kind of real thing, you know. I think that is why Johnson & Johnson bring this kind of issue. They would, because they would like people to take a look. They want people to put their concern more to this kind of health issue.
So with this CSR, Johnson & Johnson is actually having a good benefits in it. First is strengthen their brand positioning by forming partnerships with Alfamart, that I already mentioned about, is one of the biggest supermarket in Indonesia and already spread all around Indonesia. And because we know that Alfamart is located everywhere in Indonesia, so it's actually also a benefit for us as the customers to contribute to the CSR. So take a look on the second one, is provide customers convenient ways to contribute and participate in causes. So in this CSR, we Johnson & Johnson's letting us know about the social cause they are really concerning about, and not only by that, but they're also giving a solution on how to participate to this event. And one of their solution is by forming partnerships with Alfamart. And how can we as the customers contribute to this CSR? By spending 25,000 rupiahs to Johnson & Johnson's products, we already donate 500 rupiahs to this CSR. So it's actually a win-win solution, right?
Yeah.
And also this CSR is not gonna successfully held if they're not having the keys to success to the CSR. So Gabby will explain to you more about that.
So there are 3 keys to success Johnson & Johnson's corporate cause promotions. The first one is choose the issue that matter to the key publics. As we know that Johnson & Johnson bring up the health issue of neonatal infections. They are trying to put the concern more to this kind of health issue because this is really a big thing. And then the second one, choose an issue consistent with the credo. On the right side of this presentation, this is the Johnson and Johnson's credo. They believe that their first responsibility is to the doctors, nurses, patients, to mothers and fathers, and all others who use their products and services. As we know, Johnson and Johnson's target this kind of CSR to others in Indonesia. So it is matched with the credo, right? And then the third one is developing relationships with others to support the campaign. So as Eva has already told us, they develop relationships with Alfamart and Yayasan Sayangi Tunas Cilik to make their CSR successful. Now we are going to conclusions.
So, in conclusion, Johnson and Johnson CSR Sentuhan Penuh Harapan is actually letting us know about a social cost that not a lot of people know, but it's actually a pretty serious one. And they're not only letting us know about it, but they're also giving us the solution on how to participate to this kind of causes and what can we do to help them. So um, so as I said before, it's a win-win solution again for Johnson and Johnson's to make this happen, and also win-win solution for us as the customers to uh, to know about the causes, but we can also we also know how to donate to the causes. And I guess Gabby would like to add some more.
Yes, now I would like to share to you guys how to apply this kind of corporate cost promotions to your company or to your organizations. Basically, just take a look on how Johnson and Johnson's made their corporate cost promotion successful. They chose issues that matter to the key publics, as we already told to you guys before, that they chose neonatal infections as their issue. And don't forget to make sure that the issue that you have taken is consistent with your credo or your visions and your missions. And then last one, make sure to develop a relationships with organizations or company that is capable enough to make your corporate cost promotions successful. I think that's all for right now. That's all from us.
I hope you guys enjoy it. And thank you so much for listening to our materials.
Yes.
And if you're a student, I hope that you guys can get the idea of the corporate cost promotions and also knowing the analyze about one of the Johnsons and Johnson's Indonesia CSR. And if you're the owners of the company, then maybe you can get the idea on what to do with your company's CSR.
Yeah.
And
don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to take a look on others video talking about any other kind of CSR. Okay, so goodbye.
See you another time.